What's up everybody, welcome back to another episode of BH Brewing. We are on to day 19 of our Beer Hawk Advent Calendar tasting sessions, and this time we have one from Magic Rock. You can always tell Magic Rock because they've got a very distinctive designs on their cans, and this is the Dark Arts Hazelnut Surreal Stout. And I'm pleased because we finally have a stout. I am a big lover of stouts and porters, so to finally get a stout in this advent calendar, well, it's about damn time. Taking this long to get there, but we finally got one, so I'm very much looking forward to trying this one. So here it is, this is Magic Rock's Dark Arts Hazelnut Surreal Stout. Quite a lot to remember in that name, but here it is. First of all, to say we have head and good head retention. This was poured out about 5 minutes ago, and the head is on that is lovely. It's kind of that kind of darkish brown, not super brown, but kind of a light brown colour. But the underneath of it is, as you can see, black as your hat. You cannot see through that. That is a very, very dark beer. Let's go in and see what we smell. Ooh. That aroma is bloody beautiful. It's kind of got a mixture in there. It's quite complex in its aroma. You kind of, initial hits you with that kind of hazelnut and the kind of high notes. Hits you straight away, you can smell that hazelnut. And then from there you kind of get a roasted barley, kind of a dark malt smell to it. And then in the end there's kind of a little bit of chocolate in there as well. So there's a lot going on in that aroma, really, really lot. But it smells absolutely divine. It smells like a hot chocolate with a bit of hazelnut added. Oh, it smells bloody beautiful. Just that roasted barley giving it a little bit of something extra. Okay, let's give this one a try. I'm very much looking forward to this. Oh, okay. Hazelnut, this most definitely is. The Magic Rock boys have just absolutely nailed this. In terms of that hazelnut flavour, oh boy, it's there, and it is there in spades. It tastes absolutely beautiful. What you also get is that roasted barley coming through. It's kind of a dark, very dark barley, and it comes through almost like a bitter, almost slightly verging on coffee, but not quite. But it's definitely that kind of roasted, dark roasted barley taste to it, and it tastes beautiful with that kind of sweet hints of hazelnut. Tastes really, really nice. Yeah, underneath you kind of get a little bit of chocolate. It's almost like a dark chocolate. Again, this may be coming from that barley or the malt that's in there, but it's kind of that little bit of dark chocolate where it's kind of bitter on the end, like you would have like a 70%, maybe 75% cocoa dark chocolate. But the flavour is absolutely beautiful. It's right in that kind of bitter range. It's not sweet at all, and I think with a beer like this, that kind of works. It tastes of that kind of dark chocolate and hazelnut, which I think is bloody beautiful. It is really, really nice. In terms of the carbonation on this, it kind of fizzles on the tongue almost straight away, but then it goes kind of quite quickly. It's the carbonation doesn't really hang around, which I don't think you want a whole, mouthful of carbonation when you have a beer like this. Just kind of has that nice fizzle on the tongue, and then it goes and just disappears in the background. It's not intrusive, which is quite nice. In terms of the mouthfeel, it's kind of not what you'd expect. It's very much kind of in the middle. It's probably a little over the middle, maybe medium to full, but certainly in the medium kind of range. It's not what you kind of traditionally expect and what I would traditionally expect from a stout to be on the full end. It's more of a porter, this, for me, in terms of its mouthfeel. Now, when I say a stout, like a traditional stout that everybody thinks of and first comes to mind is a Guinness. And that is, for me, is a really full, thick kind of mouthfeel. And like when we had the Tiny Rebel kind of Irish cream porter that we had the other day, that to me is more like a stout because its mouthfeel is very thick. This is kind of more in the medium, and for me is more like a porter rather than a stout. Having said that, it is still nice. The mouthfeel is not thin, it's just about where you want it for this type of beer. Possibly maybe a little thicker, but it's definitely not bad by any stretch of the imagination. I'll have one last taste. I can't stop tasting this because it's so lovely. In terms of the finish on this, it is lovely. It really, really is nice. It's a little dry, but it's nothing that's you're gonna complain about. Really, it works with the bitterness of the beer and that kind of, like I said earlier, like that dark kind of chocolate and the hazelnut kind of bitterness to it. It kind of works with that. So it is a little dry, but I'm not complaining at all. I think the dryness works with it absolutely perfect. So, summing up, Magic Rock, you've done an absolute stellar job with this one. This tastes absolutely bloody lovely. It's bitter, it's got those kind of dark chocolate taste, hazelnut is banging there. It's a bloody beautiful beer, this. If I was going to rate this one, I'd probably rate this around, what am I going to say here? I reckon the 86 mark, maybe even pushing 87. I think for it to push more than 87, I think it will require a bit of a fuller mouthfeel, but I can't complain with this beer. It's bloody, bloody beautiful. Well done, Magic Rock. This is a stellar beer. Thank you very much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please don't forget to hit the like button down there. And if you want to see more content like this, me tasting beers, me brewing beers, don't forget to hit that subscribe button as well. Cheers.